Aloha, my name is Ra Laksmi-Ditton, coming to you today from beautiful Florida. And I wanted to do this little additional video for the end of the year of 2022. And if you are finding this video later, I so believe it will have still quite a bit of different, value for you as well. So just recently, I have done so many amazing sessions with different world-class, coaches and so on, always learning, always growing, always shifting and doing things, fine-tuning things to become a better human and also to become a better coach, So just recently, I had a very beautiful session with Vanessa Simpkins, who actually was helping me not only to understand who is my human design character type of person, but also, how I could use that information with my clients and also, put those right titles to my name and, figure out who and what I'm doing. So one of the things which came from that session was basically that, Crystal, you could, call yourself an inner world alchemy guide. And once she said it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like hair raised up, like I felt really like, wow, this is really resonating. Because for years, like even when I did like, energy work and, different like mindset reset and so on, what was really amazing was, the way I could like navigate in the inner world, in my own inner world, and also help others to navigate there, and also understand that, our inner world is so full of treasures, and it's all up to us to really, dare to go in there, meet those monsters and, change the inner dynamics so we can change also the outside world. So I had no idea this was actually going on. And also saying inner guide, alchemy guide, and inner world alchemy guide, not alchemist. I mean, I am an alchemist anyways, but alchemy guide is, helping those other people, to become the guides of their alchemy. So it's also quite a big bit of differentiation there, right? So and looking into also like, okay, so what are those areas, what I'm working on and so on. So I have done so many like healing things with the past on myself, but also taught and learned and shared also with my clients how they can do it as well. And with that, I have helped them to really check in with the now, here and now, basically how to be more in the present moment, how to, enjoy the present moment, and how to have more peace here and now, and gratitude as well. And then because of that, you have cleaned the past, you're much more like checked into this moment here. So how can we basically then, start also change and optimize our future? And one of the key elements which just came through the whole thing was basically, for me, when I went back in time, was basically, really looking into like, okay, what has been one of the key topics in my life, but plus also my professional life. And what it has been basically to learn to set boundaries. And with that, as all of this is done, healing the past, getting more, checking in more into here and now, optimizing the future, and doing that through setting the boundaries, we will actually become the bosses of our lives, truly starting to live our life on our terms, creating the meaning and value, sharing the gifts and talents, what we are here to share and so on. So why I'm sharing all this with you now is that I am using usually November, December, as the end of the year process time, where I look back to this year. I look also back into like, what are those things I still haven't managed to do or deliver, which I have promised to some people or myself, and then see, can I still save those things within the number or the year of the number where we are right now. And sometimes it doesn't work, but even if it doesn't work, I make a list so I know that, okay, this one I will finish, or I will do first thing next year, whatever the case is. And then also why it is very important then also have that overview, because if we don't, then it's all kind of loose out there, right? So this is so important. So if you haven't done kind of like a wrap up of this year, what have you promised to deliver and didn't deliver? Please do that. You owe it for yourself and also for others. And then once you do it, you will finish up this year with a totally different energy you would have otherwise. So this is one of the processes. I'm also now part of the Wilder Coaches Mastermind, which is the WildFit Coaches Mastermind. And they had a really beautiful quarterly training, which was telling, how to set up your year in a different manner so that you have like an overview. When are you having your groups? How many? How, things will set up and so on. And last year I did the process similarly. I set it up. I had like a wall calendar. I put it all out there. And it's amazing how well it worked. Of course, many things didn't work out exactly how I envisioned, but pretty close. And then another thing which is really cool is to look back your income. What did you make this year? How much was your, estimated goal if you had that? And then also how far was that from, what you wanted to create, And why this is really important is like, first you want to have overview. The really good, successful people actually do monthly financial summaries and keep up everything, probably also daily and weekly. But if that's not the case with you yet, I would recommend at least do this yearly. And then, what happens if you have done really good is really like, wow, I can pat on my shoulder. Like in my case, I was surprised to realize like, wow, my income actually had increased like almost 5 to 6 times this year. Even though I didn't hit the goal I set myself, I was like halfway there. So it was like pretty good. So now what can I do differently so that I could increase that even more? So what I did, as I talked to you about my inner woman and stuff, so I was just asking that question, intentional question. So what can I do differently, which would bring ease and flow and abundance next year, so that I would really have like high-end clients, do what I love, and also get everyone on board by the beginning of the year and not to worry about it. Like everything else I do on the side is just a bonus. And my inner woman gave me an idea, which now I'm already putting into motion. I only need 10 people for my next year transformation year program, which consists of WildFit 90 days, inner family relationship transformation program 90 days, and then also mental fitness program, which is resetting your sage program. And in between, there will be little transitional months to integrate each of those segments. So basically those 3 pillars will help people to totally reset and transform their body, mind, and spirit, not only for this year, but for the rest of their lives. So if I'm thinking like, what would be the value of this if you get like a package like this, and then the rest of your life, you will be totally kind of like going this way, being the boss of your life, healed the past, checked in here now, really optimizing your future and having more of that ease and abundance and flow and all of that. What's the value of it? So you couldn't even put the number on it, but I put the number. So if anyone here is also like kind of hearing this and interested in it, like let me know and we can discuss. So, and throwing that out, so starting to also kind of like, okay, the timeline came, like the package came, how I can do it. And then also asking like, okay, who in my, network would be those 10 people? And again, I asked it from my inner woman, and my inner woman actually threw out the first person. And I was like, wow, this kind of doesn't make sense. But I understand what actually may be behind there, because this person may actually have other people he can bring on board. So he can be the key person who will actually come on board with 9 other people. And can you imagine? And then today, when I did my morning walk on the beach, so I always feel like when I live by the ocean, I communicate with the ocean. Even better if I can go into the ocean, you know, and swim and talk like that. So I feel that the ocean is such a massive amount of like intuitive and inner feminine energy. So also kind of talking like, and also visualizing that moment by the end of the year where even if I don't get those 10 people right away, that, you know, they can also, I mean, start later. Ideally, they would start like already in January, but if they can't, so it can be also started later, but, you know, ideally. So kind of imagining myself like being so excited, having those people on board. Oh my God, like what the difference I'm going to make for those people. I don't have to like worry and, you know, push myself with other things, and other things can be and come as a bonus, but I don't need to stress about it. And just that relaxation energy, just that, oh, energy is like easy, and I can do what I'm passionate about, and I get well paid for that, like what I've been like building up for the last 20 plus years as a coach, you know. So it just like energized me like so powerfully. And it didn't even matter that it was like a cloudy day and, you know, the sky was like, you know, gray and so on. I was just so turned on, and I just like talking about it, I'm like buzzing, you know, right now. So, and this is the way you can start to really make a difference, create a different, you know, a totally different year. And I did actually like a whole full 4-hour marathon with my Estonian clients. So if any of my Estonian fans are here listening and you would like to start your year differently, I have a really, this would be like a really amazing Christmas present for you or someone you know, which comes with that marathon, like 4-hour workshop video, plus also some additional bonuses. There is like so many bonus like videos and stuff, which is like worth of like thousands of euros. So a really cool, different kind of like Christmas present also to someone who, you know, like, okay, they don't need like regular stuff, but they would really like to work on themselves. So, and then also, if someone here would like to like, hey, I would like to have a breakthrough session with you, Krista Ra. It seems like such an amazing process you did, and I would really like to have a different year like next year. So for the month of December, I offer then also a special breakthrough session. So for 1 hour, if you're interested, let me know, and then we can discuss what's next, you know. So we can really go deep into and strategize what could be those first steps you can do to make a difference in 2023 and start to also change the dynamics inside out. So very, very exciting. So all in all, this morning, I also had another amazing call, this time with Nir, who is a Mind Valley author who is teaching people how to become indestructible. And I did his class. I haven't finished his class on Mind Valley, but I did most of it. And I wanted to really get his, you know, 5 cents idea, like some of the things I'm still stuck with, you know, my productivity and so on. And I was thinking like, what the heck can someone do with 15-minute like coaching session? So, but it did. And also, I'll also tell you about the determination. So once I saw about this opportunity, I was like, okay, right now, I wouldn't do like the whole, you know, setup, like the whole session, like a full-blown session with him. But it would be nice to get a little taster, how he is and how this works. And then there was like a little information. You can actually book a 15-minute free call with Nir. So I was like, okay, I sign up for that. And then the waiting list was 3 months. And then I got updated, like, okay, what to do and where in the list I am. And finally the day arrived when I had the meeting with him. And to meet masters like this, I'll tell you, this will just like, you know, kick your world to the next floor right there, you know. And I have been actually working with my Estonian book for all together now, almost 15 years now. So the last 3 years, I revamped the whole thing, and it always gets stuck, and it never kind of gets to that real final phase. And he gave me a couple of really good tips. And one of the number one things he said also, I'm using the Google Calendar system, which he is recommending. If you haven't done his class, I really recommend to at least buy his book, if nothing else is possible right now. Really valuable, life-changing, transformative thing, you know. And what really he said, you know, you are the most important person in your life. If you have put something in your calendar, which is, you know, helping you ahead, making a difference for your dreams and so on, for years, my energies have showed me that once I get that book, even just in Estonian, I can translate into English right away. It would be like amazing jump forward, like, you know, so big and wide, which could help me to get so many of my coaching things and many of the other things to the next level. So what's happening? Why is it like, you know, stopped and so on? So he was sharing his tips, like how he got his books to the final phase. And I will put those tips into work as well. And why I'm sharing this is, it is so important that we realize there are people who are ahead of us, who are mastering certain areas. And if we want to really scale our lives and our futures and our dreams, I don't think there is not a single super successful person who has done it without any other outside help. I haven't met any. If you have, please let me know. I would really like to see that person. So, and it is also, as the African proverb says, you know, if you want to get somewhere far, go together. If you want to get somewhere fast, go alone. So it's all about co-creating, cooperating, and so on. So this year, maybe instead of, you know, giving a gift of a stuff or thing, maybe you could gift someone a transformation year package, you know, if you want to support me. Maybe someone just needs WildFit for the food freedom and health and, you know, eating habits or whatever the case is, you know, or just, you know, bad health habits. You can sign up for WildFit. We can totally transform it, you know, or if you have trouble with cooking, you know, that's also, you can transform that. WildFit is such an amazing program because it will just flip everything in your life, because once your body chemically will be reset and detoxified so deeply, everything else will also be right through and, you know, reset to a new level. Or maybe someone is really, you know, wanting to meet that special someone. And, you know, Crystal has this amazing relationship transformation program with the inner family archetypes, and we can talk about it, and I can just, you know, have a special, you know, gift there. Or maybe someone is really wanting that, you know, more peace and more happiness, and also just really, you know, handle their anxiety and stress and, you know, all these like inner voices kind of pulling in all the directions. Then the mental fitness or the reset stage program is a really amazing gift. And if nothing else, maybe just a breakthrough session gift would be a thing, you know. So let's take it to the next level this Christmas, you know, give people different things which would really make a difference in their lives, not only, you know, stuff which will basically end up in attics and cellar in the future. So let's make a difference that way. And I can say I did that gift some years ago to my husband. I gifted WildFit with another coach to him as a Christmas present. I gifted one coaching session with another amazing coach. And after that, when we had basically after WildFit, he changed so many eating habits, many other things changed. Also, I think his capacity to receive more abundance got to a next level. And then we had a business coach session. So I gifted it to him, and also I jumped on board as well. That's where we got that 98 unit, possibility in Texas coming to us as well. So really amazing steps, which were taking us as a couple to the next level, So if you have someone close by in your, family, think how can you give them something which would be different. And then also we have several other products which we have on our website, which I can put also as a link here underneath this video, where you can, you can get some products for just like $40 and stuff, very cheap stuff as well. So online product, we have a whole reset and reinvent yourself program, which you can just do as a self-study program. Massive value, all of the main topics kind of gone through, amazing stuff. So there's so many opportunities to make it different. And on top of that, I will just remind you all, Christmas is a time of connection, self-care, and love. It's not all about just like, okay, having so much stress, I don't know, like, getting nervous breakdown or a heart attack or so on. So we need to take the time to ourselves, celebrate the year, celebrate our loved ones, our animals, if we have some, and, make a difference that way. And also if there is too much stress, so what can you change? Maybe there is a need for more of that self-care time. So maybe it's time to do that, love language test again and see which ones are yours. I can put that link also below here. And then, start to give those love languages to yourself, and that will be your Christmas gift, So what would those things be which would help you to really have that Christmas peace this year, enjoy it, have the joy, have the gratitude, and also take it to the next level, have a totally different Christmas on your terms. In our case, we just moved from Texas to Florida, and we have now basically also there's lots of changes. And one of the changes was that we're like, okay, we have really nowhere to put like a regular Christmas tree. So this year we got a beautiful Christmas palm tree. And that was an adjustment we made. So we have a different tree this year, but we still have beautiful Christmas with our family, with our 3 cats who we have adopted and saved one. So, and we'll make the most out of it. So, because this is the time to take care of you and then take care of the others, always start with you, because if you are not full, you have nothing to give to the others. So thank you so much. And if this video was really inspiring, let me know, and also share it with as many as you can. I'll also put my little Calendly link down below. If you would like to just, also sign up for a discovery session to figure out like what and how we can work together with, do that as well. Other than that, I hope you have been enjoying my beautiful videos here and there and my regular long posts. So if there is any way I can support you and your transition to the new year, please let me know. Other than that, enjoy the beautiful holiday time and stay safe. Mahalo.